gave to the atheist's first response is as follows.
I don't deny the suffering that exists in the world, but this suffering isn't proof that God doesn't exist. In fact, without God, we couldn't even say something is bad or unethical. When you say innocent children's suffering is bad, you're using a moral standard that itself needs a transcendent source. Consider your mouse lab example. Why do you think harming mice is wrong? In a world without God, we're all just collections of atoms that randomly came together. In this view, suffering and pain have no real meaning. They're just chemical reactions in the brain. Besides, we can't be sure that God doesn't have good reasons for allowing this suffering. Like a child who doesn't understand why their parents allow them to get a painful vaccine. From our limited perspective, we might not understand all divine wisdom.
Your comparison with giving a child a vaccine is interesting, but there's an important difference. Parents know the vaccine is necessary for the child's health, and its short-term pain prevents dangerous diseases. But when a child dies of hunger, what greater good is there? Regarding ethics without God, your argument isn't logical. We can decide what's right and wrong based on the consequences and impacts of our actions on others. If an action causes unnecessary suffering to intelligent beings, that action is morally wrong. We don't need God to understand this. Also, if ethics must come from a transcendent source, how do you know that source is benevolent? Maybe that transcendent being is evil itself. This is Plato's famous question. Do the gods love good deeds because they are good? Or are good deeds good because the gods love them?
Let me address your final point about Plato's dilemma. I believe goodness and God are inseparable. It's like asking whether a circle is round because it's round or because that's the definition of a circle. God is the embodiment of absolute good, so he can't be evil. Regarding the example of starving children, it's true we can't see the greater good, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. You're drawing a general conclusion from our limited knowledge. It's like an ant saying that because it can't understand why humans destroy its nest to build a hospital, there must be no good reason. About ethics without God, the problem is you can't explain why we should care about others' welfare. In a materialistic world, why should the suffering of others matter to me?
If you're using the analogy of a fucking ant, then we would never judge an ant if we were the god over an ant, because the fucking ant doesn't understand anyway, so he could literally do whatever the fuck he's doing, and he wouldn't go to hell because that would be weird, right? Sending an ant to hell that doesn't understand what the fuck God is even. Like, AI analogies are fucking retarded.
The problem with your ant comparison is that we humans, unlike ants, have the ability for moral understanding and analysis. And with this ability, we see that many of the world's sufferings are completely meaningless and unnecessary. You ask why we should care about others' welfare. I say this is a question that should be asked of a believer.
Triggered by AI?
Do you only care about others because
this
God
AI is trained on you retards.
Meaning,
so
if God said torturing children was good, would you accept
directly,
it?
I'm triggered by your stupidity.
As social and rational beings, we can understand that cooperation and empathy are essential for survival and the advancement of society. Ethics comes from this natural and evolutionary understanding, not from the commands of a transcendent being. Besides, history has shown that religious beliefs themselves have sometimes led to immorality and violence.
Your argument about the social and evolutionary origin of ethics has a fundamental problem. Evolution can only explain why we feel certain actions are right or wrong, not whether they actually are right or wrong. It's like saying that because evolution made us like sweetness, eating sweets is a moral truth. Regarding your question about torturing children, you're making an impossible assumption. It's like asking what would happen if 2 + 2 = 5. God can't say torturing children is good, because that contradicts his nature of being absolutely good. It's true that some religious people have done immoral things, but this shows they've deviated from their religious principles, not that religion itself is problematic. Just like if a scientist cheats.
Well, if they started with religion, then it is problematic, right? Because they become fanatics. Forsen Sushi as well, welcome back.
World War I caused by religion? No. World War II caused by religion? No. Korean War.
World War II caused by religion? It was definitely caused by religion. The fuck does he think the Holocaust was?
War caused by religion? No. Vietnam War caused by religion? No.
I've noticed in my studies of history that every single civilization that pops up, no matter where or how isolated, has a religion. I don't know if there's any exception, but that seems to be the rule for me. I was wondering where atheism ever comes into play historically, if there's any societies that have had higher rates of atheism, or maybe you have answers as to where it originated.
Well, I'll give you one
Where it
example,
originated.
and that is the former Soviet Union. And the Soviet Union tried to, for 70 or so years, impose atheism on the populace. And when my friend Ravi Zacharias went over there a number of years ago and started talking about God and truth, he got a lot of pushback because they were trained to believe there is no God. And many of them believed there was no God. And Stalin, as you know, and Lenin, and those kinds of leaders, both those leaders on different occasions, it was probably more Lenin, now that I think about it, they bulldozed churches. They wanted to wipe out Christianity. And a lot of people will look at the errors, or the horrors, I should say, of religion, and there have been many horrors of religion. But a lot of times when the atheists bring those horrors up, they ignore the horrors of atheism. There were far more people killed in the last century by millions by atheistic regimes than have ever been killed in the name of religion anywhere.
Bro, literally 10 times that saved by science, aka atheism. So I don't know what your point is. Like literally all the fucking meds you take, man. For your high blood pressure whenever you have to talk to an atheist for fucking 3 minutes. Literally developed by fucking science, okay?
I mean, Stalin
Healthcare
killed at
is
least
just
20 million
saving
of
way more people than any fucking war.
Mao, probably 60 million of his own people. You put the dictators of the 20th century together and you get more than 100 million people dead by atheistic regimes. Now, this doesn't prove or disprove atheism or Christianity. I'm just saying the idea that evil comes from religion.
Science is not anti-religion. It is though, alright? Science says that the Earth is older than 6,000 years. Alright, this guy says it's not. Alright, there were dinosaurs, but way before that, this guy says that's a fucking bait. That's planted. Alright, shut the hell up. It's literally contradicting. You're stupid. Alright, any fucking great fucking scientist of the early times, alright, they had to fucking pretend, alright, so they wouldn't get fucking pleb aggro. Alright, literally.
Is nonsense. According to the history of, I think it's the Encyclopedia of War, what percentage of wars do you think involve religion? According to them, 7%. If you take Islam out of it, it's 3%. In fact, let's just think about the last century. World War I caused by religion? No. World War II caused by religion? No. Korean War caused by religion? No. Vietnam War caused by religion? No. Iraq War caused by religion? No. Saddam wanted Kuwait's oil. You just think about in our recent history. They're not caused by religion. They're caused by other factors.
Come here. Do you want to come? Come then. Come. Okay. Then don't. Then stay there and look at me with your stupid face. Look at him go. Look at him go. Is capitalism a religion? I don't think so. I don't think so. Even crusades weren't caused by religion. It was revenge against Muslims for invasion and oppression. Okay, are you a history teacher or what? It doesn't matter what the fucking wars are caused by. Wars are so minor compared to all the suffering that religion causes on a daily basis, alright? Like fucking child abuse or fucking harassment, all kinds of nasty shit, alright? Either way, I don't care to argue with a bunch of imbeciles, okay? We got Small Insect, welcome back, man. I am in bed with myself, thank you for gifted.